If you feel stuck right now, I know exactly what that's like. I know the weight on your chest, that voice in your head that whispers, maybe this is just how it's going to be. And I'm here to tell you that voice is lying. It's not because life is against you. It's not because you don't have what it takes. It's because deep down you haven't decided to break free yet. I remember when I was broke, and I don't just mean a little broke, I mean cleaning bathrooms as a janitor for $40 a week. I remember looking at my hands cracked and raw from the chemicals thinking, is this all there is? Is this my life? Every day I walked into that tiny rundown apartment, hearing the pipes groan, feeling the cold in the winter because we couldn't afford proper heating, and wondering if the rest of my life would look like that. But here's the truth. The moment that changed everything for me wasn't when I got a better job, or when I met someone who could help me, or when I stumbled upon a secret formula for success. It was the moment I realized the quality of my life was being shaped by the story I was telling myself. And my story back then, it was poison. I told myself I'm poor because my parents didn't have money. I'm stuck because I didn't go to college. I'm limited because of where I came from. And as long as I kept telling myself that story, I was right. My brain found every reason to prove it true. But the day I changed my story to, I will not settle, I will find a way no matter what, everything shifted. It was like a light switch in my mind flipped on. I didn't suddenly have money. I didn't suddenly have connections. But I had something more powerful, certainty. The first step to changing your life is raising your standards, not trying harder, not hoping things will work out. I stopped saying I'll try. I started saying I must. And when something becomes a must, you find a way. We all have a personal thermostat in life. If your identity says you're a 70-degree person, you can get lucky and heat up to 90 for a while. Maybe you land a good deal or get a lucky break, but eventually you'll find a way to cool back down to your comfort zone. If you want a bigger life, you've got to reset your thermostat permanently. You've got to raise your identity to match the life you want. And here's something I learned the hard way. It's not your resources that determine your destiny. It's your resourcefulness. You can have no money, no education, no fancy network of people, and still change everything if you commit to changing yourself first. Here's how I did it, and how you can too. First, change your state. Change your body, change your mind. You cannot feel depressed while moving like a champion. Stand tall, breathe deep, move with energy. That's why at my events we're jumping, we're screaming, we're clapping, because motion creates emotion. You've been living in a low energy state, and that state has been shaping your decisions. Change the state, and you open the door to new choices. Second, change your story. Stop telling yourself why you can't. Stop rehearsing the reasons you're stuck. Start telling yourself why you must. Language is power. If you keep saying I'm not enough, your brain will go to work proving it. But if you say I am enough, I will find a way, your brain starts finding solutions you didn't even know were there. Third, change your strategy. If what you're doing isn't working, don't just keep pushing harder in the wrong direction. Learn from someone who's already done it. Model success. Success leaves clues. If someone else has achieved it, it's not luck, it's a pattern. And patterns can be learned. I've coached presidents, Olympic athletes, billionaires, and they all started in the same place you are right now, with uncertainty. Oprah didn't start as Oprah. Serena didn't start as a champion. Elon didn't start as the richest man in the world. They started with a dream, a decision, an action before they had all the answers. Stop waiting for perfect. There is no perfect. Waiting for perfect is the fastest way to waste your life. The perfect time is now. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. One day you'll tell your story. Make it a story worth telling. Make it the story where you decided. The story where you drew the line in the sand and said, this is the moment my life changed. The story where you stopped waiting, stopped hoping, and started acting. You are one decision away from a completely different life. not 10 years away, not someday, one decision. And it's not about whether you're ready, it's about whether you're willing, because if you are willing, the resources, the people, the opportunities, they will find you. I know you've been through pain. I know you've faced rejection, loss, failure. But hear me, your past does not equal your future. What happened to you doesn't define you. What you decide to do now does. Life is happening for you, not to you. Even the pain, even the struggle, it's shaping you into the person who can handle the dream you've been asking for. But you've got to show up. You've got to claim it. There's a fire inside you. You felt it before, that spark when you imagined a better life, that voice that says, I was made for more. You've buried it under fear, under doubt, under excuses, but it's still there. And it's time to fan that spark into a wildfire. You have to live with urgency, not tomorrow, not next week, not when things calm down, right now, because every day you delay is another day you confirm to yourself that the life you're living is the one you're settling for. And you are not here to settle. So decide, raise your standards, change your state, change your story, change your strategy. Do it now. Because your best life isn't some far-off fantasy. It's one decision away. And when you make that decision, you'll look back on this moment as the day everything changed. I know you have what it takes. You've had it all along. Now prove it to yourself.